Charlie.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good.
Okay.
What you said in the apartment?
Well, the only apartment that that's all. You just won't be able to use it. You won't be able to look out. Well, you can look out. It's like a light blue tint that they put on the window. So you can look out. But
you have access to the balcony?
No.
Oh, you can't use the balcony?
No. That's why they reduced it by $5,000. They could reduce it by $8,000 and be able to take it.
Not all for $5,000.
That's what it's worth.
Yeah. Probably worth $5,000 to $6,000.
Just to use the facilities, and that's it.
Yeah.
So they said, yeah, it came down and said, how flexible? Well, the owner's a little flexible. I mean, he's already come down $5,000. I said, yeah, you have an unusable balcony, and you can't. And you're talking about almost the full year, and that's the guesstimate. It could be the whole year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. He knows he's got a problem with that. People have to be living.
They won't rent it out.
No, it will. It'll be a $6,000 rental, and it'll be working for $6,000.
For $6,000, I would take it.
I would tell them, listen, you can use half of what's nice about it. You want 12, I'll give you 6.
Yeah.
At percent, it would be worth it to have the security, to have the facilities. You know, if and this is a big if you like something, the answer is figure out if you can afford it. And if you can, if you like it, get it. It's a very simple equation because it's all about enjoying every day, and if you can afford it, because you can't take it with you. You know, if it was $20,000, I'd say no. But at 12, I mean, see what negotiations you could do. And the question is, do you really want it? If you really want it, then I go get it.
Yeah, I mean, was it really? The kitchen was amazing. I really liked the kitchen. The round bed that moved in a circular fashion. It had a built-in jacuzzi in the bedroom. Gorgeous.
In the bedroom.
In the bedroom, it had a built-in jacuzzi. It had a waterfall, like one of these Asian waterfalls that went down the wall with lights and water. 1 second, talk to Grandpa. Let me just have 1 minute to talk to Uncle Charlie. Did you watch it? No Netflix. No. So it had a waterfall that goes down the wall into the jacuzzi. It's got lighting. You go into the bathroom where it has a private toilet, and it's got the Japanese toilet that kind of does everything for you.
Oh, it's got yeah.
It's got the Japanese toilet. It's got lighting and features and walls, stuff that I never. I mean, is it my taste? Is it ultra modern that I like? No, but the TV set in the living room that drops down from the ceiling, and you could watch it from the living room couch. Or you press another button, and it's about facing, and you can watch it from the bedroom. The toys in that apartment.
I spoke to him for 2 seconds. He said the guy put like $1 million in the apartment.
Oh yeah.
Can I just tell you something? And this is just my philosophy. You know, it's always been my philosophy, but especially this week, it's been my philosophy even more. You only live once.
If only Charlie had followed his own philosophy a little more.
So pissed that she wanted to fly first class like that. And then that was also going to be like a good solid 2 weeks off of work.
Yeah. She didn't want to do. I know.
Jesus Christ, if I had a fucking time machine. And I was very put off by the idea of getting 700,000 sky miles. And I was very put off by the thought of missing two and a half weeks of work. And I would have gone to Japan as a beautiful girl and loved me and wanted to have a family and have a life and flew on first class. Instead, I fucking worked like a little dog. make more money for fucking what? Fucking what? I got, what, 2.5 million airline miles now?
I don't know what you have, but I know it's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. You got about 2.5 million airline miles. 2.5 million airline miles. Don't want to take 2 weeks off of work. I've been sitting in jail rotting for almost 19 months. Literally rotting away. 19 months. I look like that. First time this mirrored glass makes me like, I can actually see what I look like because I've been looking off of like a chrome plate. Like, I definitely don't look the same. It's just, I mean, it's like, it just bothered me, like, it, honestly, like, you couldn't have a bigger change in life. Like, being 36 years old, the girl wanted you to move into the continuum with her family, fly first class to Japan. You couldn't have a bigger change, could you? You couldn't, I mean, like, you realize what I've experienced in life. Like, where I was, what I built up, where I got to in life on my own.
My name is Dr. Charlie Adelson, and I am a periodontist. When a patient comes to my office, they're being treated like family.
I had a patient of mine that I did 7 implants on. 2 of them failed. Okay, yeah. She was like 80-something years old. It was on an immediate load fixed hybrid. So then all of a sudden they want to go use someone else.
I love how he says all of a sudden, as if a third of those implants didn't just fail.
The daughter calls me up. She's from Boca. She says, listen, I want the money back for my mom's entire case. I'd already done an immediate load fixed hybrid from the lab that cost me, $2,000 with parts and everything. It's extortion.
Charlie literally can't even turn around without being extorted.
Any patient in my office said, I'm calling the board of dentistry tomorrow unless you write me $1,000.
You're gonna write the check.
I'm gonna probably write a check for $1,000. I didn't like my cleaning. I'm calling the board of dentistry. I'm making a complaint, or you give me $1,000. I give the cleaning for free and give you $1,000 because it's not worth my time of what I'm about to deal with. I mean, isn't that horrible? And thank God everyone doesn't know the little magic words to say, but that's really the magic word for free dentistry today. Lawsuit and board of dentistry. Okay.
We use nitrous oxide and oral sedation for the highest level of patient comfort and relaxation.
First of all, there is no allergy to epinephrine. Epinephrine is occurring in your body naturally. If I pull out a knife and show you a knife, what's going to happen? Your body's going to release a bunch of it. It's adrenaline. That's all epinephrine is. There is no allergy to epinephrine. That's why they used it in every single carpule. What happens sometimes is if someone has tachycardia and you give like six of them, and they get that little flutter to their chest and a little more adrenaline. Usually it's really just from them seeing a needle. But that's all. It's funny. I've had so many patients tell me they can't take epi. They're allergic to epi. They can't take epi. Okay. And then, okay, no epi, and I give them a shot of epi. I go, No. That's because I know what's in the carpule and I know what's in their body. Yeah. So I'll give them like half a carpule of epi. Yeah. Otherwise, what happens is the anesthetic wears off, then they're in pain, and their adrenaline flows. Yeah. So I go, how is that? They go, oh, so much better. This old doc I used to have used to use epi every time, but that was fantastic. I'm like, yeah, I used epi, hon. Sorry. I don't say that to them, but like, even when people tell me that, unless it's an old person with a heart condition or something like that, I use it.
What my life was like, hanging out with friends who liked me and were successful, and good times and opportunities, and building, working, doing nothing but working. I mean, all my friends were struggling, trying to figure out their businesses, and I'm sitting at the Continuum with Juco out of tequilas and talking about our future, and that was reality. That was pinnacle. You can't get higher than that. Beautiful girl. She had money. I was successful. Both good looking.
Actually, I may have tracked down Junko, and if this is the right girl, she is beautiful. But Charlie... In the words of Kevin McAllister.
Woof.
Nothing but like opportunities galore.
So we all wish we had a time machine. Say that. I think.
I'm sure you do, Donna.
Your cell phone? No, I don't want to give it to you. Why do I have to?
Because my attorney said not to.
Why do I have to give it to you? This is evidence. Evidence. She's under arrest. I have to go with you. I have to go. I have to look at you. You don't have that choice.
Let me help you also.
No, I have to stay. Please don't do this. Don't stay. You need to grab the bags. Take the bags. Yeah. And you need to wait outside. Okay.
Oh, whoopsie. Let me go ahead and put these away. Sorry about that. Here's your bag, Donna. Oh, dropped your phone. This belongs to you. Whoa, cool phone. iPhone 11 Pro Max. Enjoy your flight to Vietnam, non-murderer.
But you got to understand, Mom, that's what my life was.
I know what your life was.
Like, it's not like, oh, I was hoping to do this. I mean, I was there. Like, I was there. I made it.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking made it, and I made it on my own. Like, I didn't make it by screwing people over. I made it on my own. Nobody was helping me. Nobody was doing shit for me.
Meh. Let's talk about that, Charlie. I later spoke to a Steve who called the tip line with information relevant to this investigation. Steve provided background information on Charlie Adelson, Wendy's brother. According to Steve, Charlie is very manipulative, conniving, and capable of murder or murder for hire. Charlie has made a life of getting even with people, but in very stealthy manners that leaves little trace back to him. Steve later provided information that Charlie paid for 2 Fort Lauderdale police officers to fake evict someone from their own business. Charlie also owns guns, to include a short black revolver. Steve has seen Charlie possess this gun on prior occasions. I later spoke to Steve again, who explained that it was him who had been evicted by the paid-off police officers. He explained that Charlie had bought into Steve's business, a deli restaurant, and they were business partners. At one point, the idea for a second restaurant came about and they opened it up. At some point after this, Charlie came to Steve and asked him to sign some paperwork. Steve agreed, but stated after he read it first. Charlie became defensive about this and argued with Steve about trust. Steve never signed the paperwork and later that day was visited at his home by 2 Fort Lauderdale police officers who basically gave him a fake eviction from his own business and a trespass warning. Steve was able to figure out the ruse and get the name of the police officers, but he was not willing to take it up with the Fort Lauderdale Police Department or any other authority. Steve was not willing to provide those names to me either. Later, I spoke to Clark, who explained that he is the father of Steve. Clark provided additional information on the Adelson family. He stated that he and Harvey Adelson were the best of friends. Both were periodontists in the South Florida area. Clark also helped start up the dental school at Nova Southeastern. As a favor for Harvey, Clark was able to get Charlie in the school even at the disagreement of other faculty members. As Charlie progressed in school, he was failing and not doing his required work in the classes. When Clark brought this up to Charlie, Charlie got defensive and then accused Clark of sexually harassing him while at school. Clark was able to disprove the allegations, but this severed the friendship between him and Harvey. Clark explained that Harvey was somehow able to use his influence on the Nova board to include a local judge in Broward County to get Charlie passed through with a degree. Clark explained that Charlie did not meet 25% of his requirements to earn his degree, and amongst the allegations was somehow just given a degree and has been practicing periodontics with his father ever since. Clark explained that Charlie is manipulative and a pathological liar. Clark explained that all this occurred around 2006 and that in 2008, he and Harvey had a chance encounter while on vacation. He stated that once Harvey saw him, he immediately approached him, got within inches of his face, and were nearly touching. Clark stated that Harvey wanted to fight him right there on the vacation, but Clark was able to walk away from the encounter. But beforehand, Harvey made a statement to the effect of, "No one ever messes with my children." Clark stated that he had known Harvey for over 30 years and grew up with him, going on vacations, parties, business ventures, and he was very friendly and thoughtful. But he saw nothing but hate and was prepared to do violence despite their history, on the word of his son. Clark also stated that he was aware that Charlie kept cash in shoeboxes in his house and that he makes shady deals with dentists in his area and pockets the money so he doesn't have to report it to the IRS.
Like, I was there. I made it.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking made it, and I made it on my own. Like, I didn't make it by screwing people over. I made it on my own. Nobody was helping me. Nobody was doing shit for me.
Yeah.
You know, if I asked my sister for something, it was to fucking translate something into Spanish. That was the big ask. Like, I wasn't... Oh, 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good, man. Hey, if you could get that... Yeah.
Charlie? Hello?
Yeah.
Ground control to Major Scum, your circuit's dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Scum? Can you hear me, Major Scum? Can you hear me, Major Scum? Can you hear? Am I sitting in my jail cell?
I knew this was going to be, you know, I knew this was going to be bullshit before I even got up here. Like, I knew it in my bones, and I fucking expressed it many times. I mean, let me ask you this: did I ever say anything other than what it was going to be when I got up here?
You knew this was going to be bullshit before you even got up here? You mean you knew that you were going to be guilty and that everyone would see how guilty you were? Yeah, that's rough.
I know. No, I know you did, Charlie. I know you did.
I saw my life change. I saw the people in my life change. I saw the opportunities in my life disappear. I saw what I was to people, and they just trying to use me. And I saw the level of girls that I used to get and then did get. And it's just like the quality of everything just went down the fucking toilet. The quality of the people, the quality of the opportunity, the quality of of everything that I was around me. You know, I just literally saw it all disappear before my eyes.
Geez, Charlie, that's too bad. Your whole life just changing like that in front of your eyes. I wonder who else could have gone through something like that. Yeah, I wish I could think of whose life could have been more negatively affected than yours, but my mind just fails me at the moment.
Spent a fortune, fucking absolute fortune, embracing the bullshit. And brought in the absolute fucking best, given the best shot in the whole world.
Puzzle pieces.
Yes, you did.
Best shot in the whole world we're going to have. You know, I was as sharp as I'm ever going to be in that room. I was prepared as I'm ever going to be. Didn't have a fucking chance at that. Not a chance at all. With that level of everything, to not get one, you know, that's what it tells me. Like, not fucking one. Not anyone really putting time in there back then. Like, I knew that's what I was up against.
That's what you were up against? A murder charge with a boatload of evidence against you? Rough.
I'm sorry to keep going on. I feel better when I talk to you.
Good.
Okay.
fine. Fine.
Thank you for listening to me.
Yeah. You have to thank me for listening. I love you, and there's no words for this. There's just no words.
No problem, Charlie. Dad and I will always be here for you. Right up until next week when we will board a one-way trip to Vietnam and never speak to you again. But until then, always.
So long, it's like what just killed me is that I fucking knew what Tallahassee was going to be about in this whole experience before I got up here. So it's like, I knew what it could be. I knew what it was going to be. I bought into the bullshit it wasn't going to be. But it clearly is what I thought it was, in that you can't get one fucking juror. Not one. Because the strength that I had to use up on people that were the 911 operators and that was on the lieutenant on the fire, on the police department. Like, the lady whose boyfriend's a sheriff's officer in town. Like, it wasn't real strikes. It was like people you had to get rid of. Couldn't keep one good one for me. The jury of my fucking peers.
No jury of your peers? Come on, Charlie. You really expected them to find 12 crooked periodontists who cheated their way through dental school, sell steroids, and travel overseas to abuse minors? That's a bit of a reach.
Not one person on there that was... Yeah, the alternate was like here. That's why AJ made him the alternate. Yeah, he said he would have quit it. We'd have a hung jury, we'd be going to trial and 6 days from now.
Right.
Yeah. This was the fucking exactly what I thought it was going to be. Listen, I'm not going to give up hope. I'm going to stay in there.
No,
fight.
Please don't, because we'll fight. As long as I know you're hanging in there, we will fight for you, Charlie. You know that.
Yeah, no, I will. I know you guys are going to take care of stuff when you're on the outside.
Yeah.
Of course, Charlie. We'll try to send you a message in a bottle from Vietnam.
And it's not like you're 35 where it's like, all right, I've got my money. I got to make my money last 50 years. I can't be a moron.
No, but you'll want to have some set aside to bribe your fellow inmates to lie for you.
Right. What you and Dad need to say to yourself is, number one, is this really so cool? Something I'd never live in. I never thought I'd live in a million years. Okay. And then you got to say this. Don't look at the number. Just say, can I afford it? Right. Not does it make sense? Because you know what the truth is? That's an absurd amount to pay a month for an apartment.
Oh, no, it's ridiculous.
Well, don't worry, Donna, because pretty soon the taxpayers will be taking care of all of your living expenses.
But if you knew you were going to live another 30 years, I would say that's absurd. But what you have to remember is this, and I hate to say it to you.
No, I know. I have a limited span. I know.
Everyone has a limited span.
Yes.
Okay. But there's also...
When you get to this age, you're really well limited.
Listen, and people understand it very well, and that's why they sell a car when it's got 100,000 miles on it. Right? It's just like, well, 150,000 miles. A car's not going to run for 1 million miles. Everyone knows that. So what I would say is this, is figure out what you have coming in. Like, you get $3,000 a month for Social Security, and you get $6-7 a month for the apartment, from the apartment complex. So you're right there, you're at $9,000 a month, right? Then you figure out what you're getting from your investments, you figure out what you have, and you figure out Dad's still working a little bit, and you figure out what you could be going through a month, right?
Yeah.
The question,
let me tell you what the problem is in that apartment. For me, I have 2 little boys. Do you know what the damage deposit would be in that apartment? Like, this thing was fixed up with the cheapest crap imaginable.
I know, but can I just tell you something? Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was Mother's Day. But it was...
Like for lounge chairs or for...
No. Yeah, like the 2 chairs. Like the 2 lounge chairs.
Okay, no, Junko just had 2 regular chairs that could fit there. You could never fit a lounge chair on our place.
You could see the cruise ships, you could see the beach. I mean, and the living room, even though it didn't have the balcony out there, the living room was like beautiful view. I mean, just...
How, what view is it? The south? What view?
Harvey, I'm not sure. Is that the south view, honey?
Well, it has to be. You can see the cruise ships, Mom.
Yeah, I don't know. South. Yeah, south.
Yeah, the cruise ships are to the south. You're not looking to the north.
Right. It was south and the beach. It was beautiful. Beautiful.
Well, did you have a view of the city, or
you should go look at it.
Is it a view of the city, or?
No, just to the left. I think a little bit. You could see the city.
You mean to the right if you're looking south?
You know what?
Well, you're so backwards. It's like
I am.
The cruise ships are to the south. You're like, is it to the north it's looking? No, if you're looking north, how do you look to the south at the same time?
Am I detecting a hint of jealousy from our little baby Charlie?
Wait, hold on. I know. Hold on one second.
Nothing wrong sitting in front of an office 20 minutes late. But, Mom, can I just tell you something? If the cruise ships are to the south, how would you look to the north and see them?
Because if you look to the left, you could see city. You could see like the South Beach, not the city of Miami, but you could see some of South Beach.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out if it's a southeast or southwestern view. City to the west, south.
So those would be southeast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, it's at the end of the day, it's not being rented, so.
Oh, I know.
I would, if you, the big thing is if you want it.
Do I want it? Right.
And the thing is this: it's like if you were like, you know what, and I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if it's something that you and Dad look at and you're like, this would be so cool to live here, I think you should just punch the button and get it. And if the answer is yes, then I'll go get it and say it. And you got to have the attitude of, listen, when I'm 80, we're going to sit down and we'll cut back on our spending. And honestly, like, what you need to say is, when you're 80, we'll sit down and we'll cut back on our living expenses at that point. And maybe you will scale it back, but worry about it when you're 80.
She's under arrest. I have to go with you. I have to go. I have to look at you. Don't have that choice. I can help you out. No, I have to stay. Please don't do this. Don't stay. You need to grab the bags. Take the bags. Yeah. And you need to wait outside. Okay.
My husband's almost 80 years old. He can't come with me?
Please.
Oh, Harvey's almost 80 years old? How serendipitous. That's perfect timing. I guess it's a good news, bad news type of thing. The good news is your living expenses have been cut. The bad news is your legal expenses have gone way up. You win some, you lose some.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to say 80, you don't have to say, well, 85 or 90, but you can say, you know what, we'll do whatever makes us happy, and when we're 80, we'll sit down and we'll cut back if we have to. And that should be the rule. And when you're 80, you'll sit down and cut back. And you may. Did you see what I'm saying?
I do.
Otherwise, honestly, if you see something you like but you don't get it because it doesn't make sense, what doesn't make sense is not getting what you want.
Right.
You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you'll find you get what you need.
That's moronic. But you got to see if you like it and it makes you happy. I'd say go get it. And if next year you could always change your mind.
It's been 1 week.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You're not writing a check for $5 million. You're talking about the difference of $20,000 or $30,000 on a year. Who gives is the answer?
I got you.
You work too hard to be sitting here and not getting a place that you want. Now, if you don't want it, you don't want it. It's the whole
right,
and pointless.
Right.
But if you're like
that, I have to really think about it, and I have to see it again.
Right. But you sit back, think about it, and just be like, hey, would I be really happy waking up here in the morning with this as my view? Like, really, really happy. Would I like the security and the valet and everything else that comes with this place better than where I'm at? And if the answer is yes, don't even look at the money. Then that's stupid if you do that.
Okay.
I'm not saying to spend $25,000 a month on an apartment, but you're talking about the difference of 8 and 12 or 9 and 12. I think you're just being silly at that point.
Okay, sounds good. Go to work. I love you.
May I examine when you go to school for?
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Adelson, at the commencement of the hearing on the motion to suppress, you said your name for the record, Donna Adelson. Can you tell the court how many times prior to your arrest for the charges that are pending in this case have you been arrested for criminal offenses? Never. And how long were you incarcerated at the Leon County Detention Facility? Do you recall?
15 and a half months, 470 days.
And within that period of time, the 470 days, have you been held in the same location in the Leon County Detention Facility or different locations?
Different locations.
Okay, and your first location was where?
First location was in solitary confinement on a direct observation unit.
Do you know how long you were there?
50 days.
Okay. And where did you go following solitary?
To the NPOD, like N is in November. It's an open pod, general population.
What does that mean, open pod, general population?
So I was with 60 some odd other inmates, all in one open area.
And you had beds in your room, I assume?
There were each sections off about 10 women. So, and there'd be a cement wall, and then there'd be another 10 women and a cement wall. So it was fairly quiet, actually, even with that many women, because we were separated in small groups, so it wasn't that loud.
Shouldn't everything be quiet to you because of your terribly clogged ear canals?
Okay, and do you recall when you were taken out of the Inn like Nancy pod?
Yes, in August, they said they had maintenance to do and that we would be moved to the Annex, which is a building outside of the jail.
Okay, and so I'm not going to be specific as to dates, but you were arrested in November of 2023 in solitary confinement for 50 days to whatever date that took you to.
January 9th.
Okay, and then from January 9th all the way through some date in August of 2024.
Correct.
You were in the Inn like Nancy pod. And then you said you were transferred to the Annex. Can you describe the conditions inside the Annex, please?
So the Annex is kind of a temporary type building. It's not a brick building. It's kind of like a temporary building, and it's and there are 66 women, all in bunk beds, all open. You're kind of one on top of the next. There's no separation at all.
So one big open room?
One big open room with 66 beds, yes.
Okay. And how long did you stay? So from August of 2024 until when? How long did you stay in the Annex?
I was moved again on February 3rd, 2025.
Okay. Okay, and you were here when the gentleman was testifying about the call buttons to alert someone if you're having a medical emergency. Was there one of those in the NPOD?
No.
Was there one in the Annex?
No.
Okay.
And I know that Donna is an iPad kid who got moved to Wakulla County Jail so she could have her tablet. But I was able to dig up all of her past addresses so we can see exactly how far she's fallen. This 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 4,000 square foot home would have been where the kids would have lived most of their childhood. It's giving Miami Brady Bunch. Upon entering the home, you are greeted by this monstrosity. The remainder of the home boasts high ceilings with an open floor plan. This home recently sold for over $1 million in April of 2025. She and Harvey then moved into a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo on Miami Beach. Although notably smaller in size at just over 1,500 square feet, it is no less opulent with the current assessed value at $1.8 million. They then moved into the luxurious Icon Brickell building in Miami in 2015. Apartment 1602 is a modern 2-bedroom, 3-bath condo. With breathtaking views and sprawling balconies, this 2,300 square foot condo showed off their wealth and status. The condo is currently valued at just under $2 million. And from all accounts, Harvey is still residing here. Amenities include a 300-foot-long pool, a spa featuring whirlpool tubs and cold plunge pools, as well as several upscale restaurants, a state-of-the-art fitness facility, and lavish movie theater. In one of the main restaurants, appetizer prices run up to $45. With 50 grams of caviar costing $450. There is also an exclusive white truffle menu with dishes costing up to $250. And this was the menu selection just a week and a half after Donna was arrested. Dinner for two could easily top $1,000.
Were you getting commissary for yourself?
So I have an account, and you can buy up to $40 a week of food, and so I use that account to buy food. But
okay, let's make sure the court understands. When you say buy food, is there normal commissary through the jail where you were getting your commissary?
Yes.
Okay, and that's what you were spending $40 a week on for yourself?
Aramark, yes.
Okay, and what kind of items are you buying for yourself off of that?
I try to get some protein. I buy tuna fish with mayonnaise and
substitute meals, if you will?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this chicken what I have, or is this fish? I know it's tuna, but it says chicken by the sea. Is that stupid? What? Why is it called chicken by the sea or in the sea?
Chicken of the Sea is the brand.
Oh.
You know, because a lot of people eat tuna, it's like a lot of people eat chicken, so it's like the chicken of the sea.
Okay, I understand now. I read it wrong.
Is there a separate way that you can order commissary on the outside for inmates?
Yeah, okay. I can't do that. It would have to be ordered from somebody. You have to ask somebody on the outside to place the order.
Okay, okay. And these packages cost about $40 each, is that correct?
$40 and then $10 for packaging or shipping, so it's $50 a package.
Okay. I want to talk briefly about your time in protective custody. How big is the room that you're in?
6 by 9.
For the record, that is smaller than her closet at the Icon. Help me.
Okay, and are you in this room by yourself?
Yes.
And is the door, with the exception of when they allow you to come out, is the door kept closed all of the time?
It's supposed to be kept closed.
Okay, all right, and you're given, I'm kind of leading here, Judge, to try and get us through this, but you're allowed to come out of that room 1 hour per day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, is that correct?
That's correct.
And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you get to come out for 20 minutes, is that right?
20 minutes.
Okay, and on the weekends, you don't get to come out?
Not at all.
Okay, make sure you don't talk over me, okay?
I'm sorry.
That's okay, we're talking over each other.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So Saturday and Sunday, you don't come out at all. During your hour 3 days a week and your 20 minutes 2 days a week, is that when you are given the opportunity to take a shower?
Yes.
If you have time to walk, that's when you walk?
So on an hour day, I'll walk for 40 minutes or about, and then I'll take my shower at the end of that, so I get my shower in.
Okay, and laundry also, that's what you use that
All
time
of that,
for?
yes.
Other than that, you're locked inside that room?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, it was your understanding when you were put into protective custody that there's not ever supposed to be anybody out around you, is that right?
That's what I was told.
Okay, but protective custody is actually attached to a pod, is it not?
Yes.
And what pod is that?
M-Pod, like Mary.
Okay. Now, you have testified earlier that different guards have kind of different rules that they follow inside the jail. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
Okay. During the time that you've been in protective custody, when you were told you should not be around anyone else in the pod or otherwise, have there been times when guards would have you around other inmates?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Is that the only time that you've been around other people since you've been put in protective custody, or have there been other sorts of situations?
There have been other times. Like yesterday, the officer buzzed my door, so I guess there was something she wanted me to do, so I opened my door, and I came out, and there were maybe, I don't know, half a dozen girls watching TV. I walked past them, and I asked the officer, "What did you want?" And she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Adelson, I didn't mean to buzz you. Just go back to your room." I said, "Okay." So I turned around and went back.
Okay.
Donna's testimony was taken back from her bond hearing in March of 2025. This was her pathetic attempt to be let out of jail and to be put under house arrest until her trial. Her lawyers repeatedly argued that she wasn't a flight risk, despite the fact that she was literally arrested on the gangway with a one-way ticket to Vietnam. Whee! Donna's complaints could be summed up to the fact that she's accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and that jail wasn't fun for her. To which Sarah Dugan had the most beautiful response.
Miss Adelson has complained about the jail being too loud. The food is not good, but she is in jail. It's not the Four Seasons.
She's in jail. It's not the Four Seasons. Maybe something you could have thought about before you decided to murder your ex-son-in-law? I'll be looking forward to seeing what prison she ends up getting sent to. Because I don't see a world where Donna does not get convicted for this crime. I feel like she's still holding on to the delusion that she's going home. I don't think this family has ever met a problem that they couldn't deal with by just throwing money at it. Further evidenced by the allegations that she and Harvey are actively trying to bribe witnesses, which, if true, only implicates them further. Being able to witness such a huge fall from wealth and prestige is one of the reasons why this case is so fascinating. And I don't think it'll be much longer until we see the rest of the dominoes begin to fall. This level of entitlement deserves to be punished.
The state isn't going to decide to arrest me. The state isn't going to decide to arrest me.
The level of insecurity you feel after that bold statement is correct. After watching every member of your family go down, there is no way you can't know that you are next. I have full faith in the state, and I'm looking forward to see who else Georgia will leave in her wake. I don't feel like this is over for a second, and I am here to continue to watch the falls from grace.